Now, from WBZ Sports, this is Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria.
You know, they hadn't lost in nearly 3 months. We're just not used to this. Welcome, everyone, to Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria. I'm Steve Burton. The winning streak is over. It's over. And the Pats need to put Sunday's loss behind them, refocus, turn their attention to the Baltimore Ravens. Join me now is Ernie Adams and Christian Fauria. And let me ask you now, right out of the gate, is there such a thing as a good loss?
No. You play the game to win, and losses are not good. What you have to do is learn your lesson, get refocused, and get ready for the next game, or as we would say around here,
on to Cincinnati,
on the Baltimore.
Yeah.
Okay. But you have to make good use of a loss,
right,
so that a loss doesn't turn into the start of a losing streak.
Yeah, use it as fuel. No, there is no such thing as a good loss. There are moral victory Mondays, though.
Today's Tuesday.
I know, but usually, moral victory Mondays, like you play on Sunday, you don't win, but you really feel like you won because you tried so hard and you came really close. And it's usually an underdog. This is not that situation.
Yeah, I was going to say, they don't feel that way down there.
This Patriots team, 10 wins. You thought they had it figured out. Jump off to a 21-point lead.
Yes.
There's no way they should have lost this game.
Yes.
But everything that shouldn't happen or needed to happen for them to lose did, in spades.
This was a total team loss. Special teams, offense, defense, players, coaches, a team loss.
Everybody had a hand in it.
What happened in the second half?
Well, everything broke down. You give up.
Everything. The car just broke down.
Yeah. You give up. Long kickoff returns. You can't get open on third down on offense. Give them the ball back. You get pushed off the line in the running game on defense. Turn receivers.
Everything went bad at once.
Everything went basically. Yeah. When you lose that kind of lead, that's what happened. I mean, I think what the announcer said, and this unfortunately is another one I remember, it was the first time the Patriots had lost that kind of lead since 1978 when we lost to Dan Pastorini and Earl Campbell and the Houston Oilers. I still remember that.
That was 100 years ago.
It was 100 years. But that's what happens when you lose.
Almost.
It's in you remember losses.
Yeah, I think that it's you can look at they had great field position. They came out, they used the clock to their advantage. The Patriots couldn't stay on the field, and then they couldn't get off of it, so they just started. And then they did have that one big run, that one big play by Trayvon Henderson. I'm like, okay, that was the play they needed.
Right.
But then the Bills got it right back, and they answered. So it's a little bit demoralizing. And then when they needed a big play on offense, they couldn't quite connect.
And they had, I really felt like, they got the ball twice. Once with about 6:45 to go in the fourth quarter, or once with a little over 2 minutes. Okay, you want to be a championship team? You got to go right now. And
Bah humbug.
That's what you say.
Bah humbug. All right, so let's look ahead, okay? Because now Baltimore's next. Baltimore's a desperate football team.
Yep.
Okay, and they're playing well as of late. Lamar Jackson's coming off his best game as a Raven this year. So how scary are the Baltimore Ravens?
Well, they're scary enough. You don't go down and play a good football game, you're not going to like the result.
Well, I will add that, the Ravens started off horribly. They started off like they had injuries to Lamar Jackson. Their defense couldn't stay on the field. They had a bunch of injuries there as well. But since week 6, they're only giving up about 16 points a game. Mm-hmm. So that defense is playing extremely well. So that's going to be a challenge on the road, Sunday Night Football. And your offense is going to have to keep up with their offense because they got all their guys back. They're both their tight ends. They're back. The receivers. This is a massive challenge for them.
Massive challenge. And I have a lot of respect that John Harbaugh will have that team ready to play. This is always a tough, physical team. They will be ready to go.
What happens, and I hate to even ask this question, but if the Patriots lose this game, obviously they can still win.
Yeah.
If they went out against the Jets and Dolphins.
Yeah.
But what happens psychologically if they lose this game?
Listen, losses are not good. You have to put it behind you.
What'd you do with yours? The one time you mentioned something about burying something. What'd you do?
Burying football?
We buried a football. We took the football out of the practice field with a shovel, and just to make the point, we dug a hole, we put the football in, and we buried it.
Is that football still there?
Probably.
There's a tree.
Where'd you bury it?
Yeah, right over on the edge. As I remember,
practice field?
over on the edge of the practice field.
Well, listen, if they lose this game, is it the end of the world? No. And burying the football or having team meetings, like those things are great in the beginning of the season. Towards the end of the season, if you're burying footballs, that's the wrong type of message. I would say, listen, it'll be demoralizing, it'll be irritating, but you get over that even quicker knowing that every goal you have is still right in front of you. You control your own destiny, because if you win out against the Jets and against the Dolphins, who I think are cooked, by the way, after that loss last night to the Steelers, they're not going to be willing to play at all. You still win the division.
Dolphins already eliminated.
But let's be really clear. They had a chance to really be in position for that #1 seed, the bye week, the whole thing. That's
is it out the window now?
It's
Denver. You don't see Denver.
The window's been opened. We haven't jumped yet, but that window has been opened.
Yeah, I would say in my position, if I was in that position, I really wouldn't be freaking out about it. Like, I mean, you almost got a couple layers of a cushion, and the Bills still have to win out. And then if the records are equal and they win out, it doesn't matter. You have the home field that you would still win the division based on percentage and your division record.
All right, I was looking. To me, there's such an advantage. Having the bye week. Having home field advantage.
Yeah, Vrabel was 6-0 coming off the bye week.
Right, and that was, I mean, to me, that's I know win the division all, but that #1 seed was was potentially there, and that's basically probably gone.
And here's what, this is we'll all be looking at who's going to be the coach of the year. You have a bunch of different candidates: Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel, Liam Cohen down in Jacksonville. The great coaches get the most out of their players in December and January. The most coaches get
Mike Vrabel
the
does.
most. Well, no, I think it's important because you're just natural. You're beat up. You're tired. You need a break. But this is when you really got to convince them that this is worth it, and then you squeeze as much of that juice as you can out of that lemon to make some lemonade.
Hey, I mean, like Chris said, Henderson makes that big long run. I'm thinking, okay,
we're back in it.
We're ready to go. And then when it really counted, we didn't get it done.